I checked both coops and this was the only egg, so it's still pretty early. Got lucky with the one starting to lay right now, but probably a couple more weeks until the others start to kick in. Howdy y'all, today is February 17th. As you can see, we have more snow. There's a nice little drift up front here. It's pretty out. I think it's about 31 degrees at this point, but we got a few inches over the past 2 days. So there it is. I'm over the cold, but it's here to stay. At least for this week, we'll be in single digits. But weather aside, I do have some fun things to fill you guys in on. One was actually a record that I never wanted to break on the farm. I knew I would break it eventually, but unfortunately, I broke it on Saturday, so I'll tell you that story in a minute. Then also today, I had a meeting with someone. Ooh, this door's frozen. There we go. And I'll fill you in on that here in just a second. All right, let me start with Saturday's story. As probably a lot of you guys know, I'm also a trumpet player, and this weekend was very busy for music. Quite honestly, the entire last week and this upcoming week are just really busy. But Saturday, I had a morning rehearsal, a couple-hour gap, and then a concert in the afternoon. And I kind of just wanted to have an evening off. I hadn't had an evening off in a while. I really needed to practice some things and work on some farm stuff. So my plan was to get chores done in between that rehearsal and the concert. So shouldn't have been a problem. Wasn't too much of a problem. However, I got out to the farm, did chores. It was pretty quick, just to make sure I had plenty of time to get ready for this concert. And I'm glad I didn't finish even 10 seconds earlier than I did. So I got in my car, I put it in reverse, and I was just backing out of the lot here. Right before I was about to turn on to the road, out of the corner of my eye, I see a pig. My pig. It was Sally. She was up prancing around this front little hoop coop here. That was the last thing I wanted to see when I'm trying to get to a concert. Principal trumpet had to be there, but I also couldn't have pigs running around. So I didn't really know what was going on at this point, but you can imagine the panic I felt in that moment. So I slammed the car in a park, I run back into the barn, and I grab a bucket of food. One good thing about pigs is that they are very food motivated. Even though I'd already fed them, they can still eat. So I quickly scooped up some food in their blue bucket, jogged back out. Sally saw me immediately, saw the bucket, knew what was in it, so she came right up to me. But honestly, I wasn't even worried about her. I was worried about the other 3 pigs. Luckily, they were still in the pen, but the gate was open just a crack, not all the way. And the other pigs knew something was up. They knew Sally was out, so they were in there just acting all crazy and squealing and grunting and wondering what's going on because it's not their normal routine. So Sally kind of follows me out to the pen. Once again, not even worried about her at the moment. I go into the pen, put the food in, make sure those 3 pigs stay in the pen and are completely distracted by the food. So they get right on it. They could care less about the gate being wide open. So I prop the gate open, make sure it's going to stay open. Sally, she's enjoying her freedom at this point. She's having fun, but she is interested in that food. So she walks around the outside of the pig pen there, and she's looking in at the food, but clearly she can't get it. So I give her just a little tap, and she walks around toward the gate, and ultimately she goes in. So thankfully, it wasn't a huge, long, drawn-out chase scene. It took all of, 5 minutes total, maybe. It was pretty quick, but I'm just glad she went in, and it was only 1 pig. So that was a record that I never wanted to break, but it happened. I knew it would probably happen at some point. The pigs, they can climb that gate and look over the gate. They're getting so big at this point, and their noses do rattle and kind of push around on that chain. So I don't know if it was my fault that I didn't latch it afterwards. I'm usually pretty good about that, especially wintertime, because I'm only using that gate and not the far gate. So, I could have not done it, latched it, or the pigs could have easily just nudged it with their nose and opened it. Regardless of what happened, I'm going to change that chain out and actually loop it all the way around with a clip. So that way, if it's me, I know that I just gotta clip it all the way around. And the pigs, if they're trying to nudge it, they just can't open it at all. Let me get the farm critters taken care of real quick, and then I'll tell you guys some exciting news. They're getting big, aren't they, guys? I can't believe that. You guys went from tiny little pigs that I could pick up, and now you guys push me around. But yeah, the other day, Sally was on that side of the fence looking in. She was a little bit of a butt, but not bad. I do need to put some more straw in here today for them, so they kind of wear it down. Yeah, they could use another one in there. It's amazing how clean they stay for as much mud and junk as they make. But little tiny Tim there, he's still tiny. Definitely a runt, but he's gaining some weight. And here's the new gate set up. I got just a little clip here. I was only putting this piece through there, not like that. But the pigs could easily come through and nudge it, and that may have been what happened, or like I said, maybe I unlocked it or left it unlocked. But yeah, that's not gonna happen anymore with that. Had a lot of snow blowing to this coop. It's a pretty rooster. I didn't order any roosters in this chick batch, or these 3 chick batches, but inevitably you get some. And as you can tell, they are getting pretty mature. And this is the coop that I have been getting at least 1 egg from. It's probably that girl that's hanging out up there right now. But I have Rhode Island Reds, some Anconas. Here's all the Rhode Island Reds up on a perch. I have some whiting, I want to say True Blues, which are kind of all the multicolored ones. And then the black and white speckleds are the Anconas. So there's one of the loud guys. Looks like I got a couple roosters in that batch. But yeah, this guy's pretty. That's probably a whiting True Blue there. I do always opt in for the free chick, so I mean those roosters could be a different breed, so I'm not quite sure, but those are clearly the Anconas. And then this pretty little guy over here, it froze, so that's a bummer. But we're getting about 1 every day, every other day. That's pretty good and frozen. Can't even squeeze that one. So the tiny eggs definitely freeze a little faster. We'll check the other chick coop real quick. I'm not expecting anything. Like I said, that 1 chicken is really pretty early. Oh, wow. Maybe not. I really need to check when I got these chickens. And unfortunately, this one froze. Ooh, it's a little more gelatinous. You guys want to see what a frozen egg looks like? Crack one open. All right, see if I can do this one-handed there. Not too bad. But I mean, I got snow on it, but that's what it looks like. Just a little gooey blob. You can see the yolk in there. Pretty good, but yeah, I'll go chuck this to the pigs right now. I'm so glad to have a nice warm room. It's currently 73 degrees in here. I would freeze outside if I didn't have this up here today. But as far as the chickens go, since they are about 5 months old, the smaller breeds, which the whiting True Blues are, they will start laying a little earlier. So we'll see, hopefully get some more in the coming weeks, but I do have some more exciting news to share with you guys. I planted those black crim tomatoes on the 10th, and every single one came up. I planted 5 just to get them going. I just bought those seeds because I ran out, because I've already planted all of them in the past year or 2. I'm still having some trouble getting my Baxter bush cherries going. I've had 2 sprout, but the rest just aren't doing too much at the moment. They are older seeds. This is when I first started garden. So yeah, 1123. So these are older. I still have a good chunk in there. Let's see real quick. Yeah, quite a few. So surely I'll get some good seeds out of there and have some come up. I just kind of want to use a lot of these seeds up that I do have. I have a lot. But a lot of them are older. The yellow pair, I only had a couple more, so I just wanted to plant them. They're also 23. I think there's only 2 more seeds in here. But yeah, I got the black crims going. They are going to be a staple on the farm. They're a fan favorite, and also I love them too. They were just kind of a pain to grow initially. We'll see if this is a different brand I'm going with this year. I'd used Burpee in the past, and this is a different company, so hopefully we get some better luck with that. So I looked up the date of all those chicks, and they were all roughly around the same time, in end of September, mid-September when I got them. So they shouldn't really be laying till March. So I do have a couple early birds. Not complaining, they're about 5 months old at this point. So that's pretty cool, but I think the majority of them are gonna come here in the next couple weeks, or about 2 weeks away. While I'm up here getting warm, I did get my bugs all fed. They're doing good. I'm gonna sift out this bedding on the 23rd, so later in the week. And then we'll have our first batch of mealworms that'll hatch. And we'll slowly start working up on the chicken food. So that's what these guys are gonna be used for, the mealworms, not specifically the beetles. Then we'll just restart the process over and keep on churning out more mealworms. This is a pretty small scale version of what I plan on doing later on, but for now this is just great to get the process down. So the reason I got those 100 chicks this past fall is because this past summer I very lightly mentioned it in one of my YouTube videos, alluded to a business deal that I was excited for, but I knew I wouldn't be doing anything with it for a while until I scaled the farm up just a little more. So this past fall I got the 100 chicks, and now that they're starting to lay eggs, they're just all right there. A couple weeks ago I applied for my wholesale egg permit, got that in the mail. So yeah, I'm gonna be in a local grocery store, you guys. I was super excited about that. So today I had a meeting with sales director of the store, and the meeting was all of 3 minutes long. Over the summer he saw how quickly my eggs were always selling out, and the demand for them. So he wanted them on the shelves right then and there back in the summer, and you know, I couldn't even keep up with my current customers. I would sell out, you know, a 3-hour market, I'd be sold out in the first 30-45 minutes. So I did want the 100 birds to beef up how many eggs I could take to a farmer's market, but also to start just kind of slowly supplying this grocery store. So I'm excited that that's going to be happening. That's another step in the farm business, so I'm excited for it. I'll be getting another email today, tomorrow, to see when I'm actually going to start bringing eggs in, and then I'll give you guys details on the store if you want to go in and shop local. So yeah, lots of things going on in the background. Right now I'm just going to get everything watered in here, and then we'll go back out after I'm nice and warm. My hands are still a little cold, and then we'll finish watering things. Everything has food at this point. I'll grab eggs. Fingers crossed we don't have a bunch of frozen ones, but you know, it got down to 6 degrees last night, so there's a chance. Howdy, yeah, today is February 18th. Once again, this is frozen, so gonna have to use a little flame on it. It's currently 18 degrees in the barn. Inside the well room here is 44, so nothing's freezing in there, which is good, but these outside spigots definitely freeze, so let me get that thawed out. I've got a few Rhode Island Reds in the nesting box. This was the youngest group. They were born, or at least made it to the farm, September 26th. They're probably born September 23rd. So yeah, they're a little earlier than I expected, which is great. Howdy y'all, today is February 20th. We got some more snow last night, so it's still plenty white out there. Just getting ready to feed the critters, got the chicken food filled up there. I did go through and wash a bunch of eggs last night and got all the cracked ones out just because these single digits do freeze them. So these are all solid as a rock. Can't even kind of squeeze them. So this is all going to be for the pigs. It's a few dozen there. I have a few more dozen, but I don't want to load them completely up on eggs. Well, y'all, got 3 dozen eggs today. Unfortunately, 2 full dozen cracked, so they all look like that. And it's not even noon. It's so cold out there right now. And especially if they laid them later in the evening after I'd already grabbed eggs. The ones overnight definitely would have frozen. But even some this morning have to be freezing, so hopefully we're about out of that. I think we are. But the pigs are happy. They love the frozen eggs, so they've had plenty of those lately. But anyways, last night we tried out the egg washer for the first time. It worked really, really well. I couldn't believe how good it worked. I knew it would work, but I didn't know how well, as far as how quickly it would clean the eggs. It was really fast, so a huge, huge thank you to my dad for that. Egg washing is just always one of those things that slows me down really hard in the summer getting ready for farmers markets. So that's going to free up so much time, especially now that I'm adding even 100 more chickens this year. So huge thank you, Dad, for that. And my mom was also helping last night. The 3 of us were working to get everything washed because today was the first day that I ran my eggs over to the grocery store. So that's exciting. I don't know if they're going to be on the shelf today. I'm going to go in tomorrow and see if they're there. So I'm excited for that. That process was a little awkward because they're used to dealing with larger farms. I just had coolers full of eggs, not, nice packed cases, but I brought them 30 dozen, so we'll see what happens with that. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll probably know a little bit more tomorrow.